Hello and welcome to a special edition of Newsbreak Live Election Night. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jen Chen. Polls closed at 8 p.m. tonight for the statewide primary elections, and more than 5 million registered voters in Los Angeles County had the chance to cast their ballot. 27 candidates faced off tonight for a seat in the gubernatorial race come November 6th to succeed termed-out Governor Jerry Brown. Now, here in Torrance, there were more than 82,000 registered voters who took to the polls to cast their ballot for the local races. Residents voted for a mayor, 3 council members, a city clerk, and treasurer. Now, be sure to keep it here on Torrance City Cable as we bring you the latest election results as they come in. The most anticipated race here in Torrance was the one for the mayoral seat, where incumbent Patrick Fury ran against former Torrance council member Tom Brewer and businessman Ron Riggs. Hiba Samad is in downtown Torrance at the Red Car Brewery with the latest from what looks like our projected winner of the mayoral race. Hiba?
That's right, Jen. You can truly feel the election and Torrance spirit here at Red Car Brewery as supporters of Mayor Patrick Fury are out here enjoying this moment as he is currently in the lead. And joining me is the man himself, Mayor Patrick Fury. How are you feeling tonight?
I feel really good now, Hiba. It's been a long couple of months while we're doing the campaigning, but now that it's finally over with, we've done all we can. Now we're just waiting for the returns to come in.
A lot of hard work goes into this. How does it feel that the community is rallying behind you once again for another 4-year term?
It actually validates what we've been doing. The work that we're putting forth is actually in their vision, and they see it, and apparently they agree with it if they're giving us another 4 years to complete the task.
You've accomplished a lot, seen a lot of change during your time right now, as far as the historic preservation ordinance, going out to the Torrance Unified School District and meeting with students. Are these initiatives you hope to continue, or what are some top priorities of yours?
Well, we're going to continue everything we've been doing, but right now you can see we're downtown Old Torrance, and this is one of my high priorities now, to get this to be even more vibrant than it is now. So many people have said, wow, this is really cool down here. The lights are on, people are out on the streets. We had our campaign headquarters down here, and we enjoyed it firsthand and met so many people that we really like. The Downtown Business Association is back up and running, and I see that as a major priority, getting this rolling. The transit center, now that that's going to fruition, can't wait till that gets completed next year, and then hopefully we'll get the train down here. We'll get a circulator running within the city. So transportation is going to be an important aspect. Calming the traffic, curing some of the traffic woes, and we have ideas and visions that we're going to be doing, and I think we can do a lot in the next couple of few years, and that to me is really gratifying.
And I'm sure it's gratifying to see all these supporters who've been here throughout the night to support you. Yeah. And so I'll let you get back to your party, and thank you again for speaking with us.
All right, we're keeping our fingers crossed. The night's not over yet, but we feel really good right now. The early returns are looking good for us, and we just hope that everything continues the way it's gone. Thank you so much for being here, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, best of luck, Mayor. Well, Jen, Mayor Patrick Fury is getting back to his party, and people will be here for a very long time as returns continue to come in. And so that does it for us here. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Hiba. The City Council is an elected body that adopts legislation and sets policies. This year, there were 6 candidates vying for 3 seats up for grabs. 2 incumbents were on the ballot, Kurt Wiedemann and Tim Goodrich, along with Jimmy Gao, Bill Sutherland, George Chan, and Aurelio Matucci. Torrance City Cable reporter Rhiannon Trutanich is out in the field with one of the projected winners. Rhiannon, tell us what's going on.
Thanks, Jen. Well, I'm here at Councilman Wiedemann's home where he is awaiting results with family and friends. So, Councilman, tell me, how is tonight going so far?
Well, I must admit, I'm a little bit on pins and needles right now. We've only got about 5% of the vote in, and it's all absentees. So I'm looking forward as we go deeper into the night how much better I'm going to be doing. Let's hope.
And you have very deep roots here in the city of Torrance.
Thank you.
If given the opportunity, what are you looking forward to most about representing the community?
Well, 5 years I've been on the city council, and 7 years before that I was on the planning commission. It's my community. It's something that I've always felt important about. You know, it's been the culmination of all my civic involvement, all my nonprofit work in the city, and I think it's important to set policy that impacts every citizen of our entire city, and I look forward to doing that for the next 4 years too. Thank you.
And you've also you've dealt with maintaining infrastructure and public safety. Going forward, how will you sort of push forward those issues?
Well, no, I think we're doing very well on infrastructure. As a matter of fact, I noticed today we just got a report on how well our streets have been maintained. I mean, 25% of our streets over the last 4 years have been resurfaced or slurry sealed. Public safety, of course, we're one of the 10 safest cities in the United States, and our fire department, you know, is number one. It's ISO rated, one of the few in the entire United States. What I see coming forward, and we're starting to see a culmination of it, is as we broke ground on that Torrance Transit Center the other day, that was really a marvelous thing. Because once we get that up and rolling in 2019, and then we've got the funding now to get the green line down, it'll be wonderful for the entire city of Torrance. There are some issues coming up. We've got short-term rentals we've got to look at. We've got to regulate. We've got to look at cannabis. There's a multitude of things, and even those things that we don't know about now. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 3 years. I mean, for goodness sakes, look at the refinery issue as it came up. Look at all these things that Toyota leaving. You have to be on your feet. You have to know your city, and you have to be able to push forward. And let's hope we're going forward in the future.
Definitely. And final question: what made you want to run again?
I wish you could edit this because I had to think about it. But I think there's some unfinished business that we need to do. And I really look forward to making policies for the future of our city that are important and to keep us going forward, not backwards, not looking backwards, going forward.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much, Councilman. We will let you get back to watching the results come in. And
slowly.
And Jen, it's an exciting night here ahead. We're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Rhiannon. Now let's go out to Abby Gremion, who is also at a popular watch party here in town. Abby, how's it going?
Thanks, Jen. I'm here at the Tortilla Cantina here in Torrance with incumbent Tim Goodrich. Tim, it's so good to see you. I'd like to talk to you about the election today. So I understand you have the majority of the votes right now. How do you feel?
Feeling great. The early returns are looking really good. They've got me in first place, and just hoping that holds up throughout the rest of the night.
That's fantastic. Now, safety's been a big issue for you. How do you want to continue that in your second term?
Well, you know, we've made tremendous strides. Torrance is the 10th safest mid-sized city in America. Intend to keep it that way. Keep supporting our police officers and fire department with the tools and resources that they need, and use new technology to keep them going strong.
What are the other topics that you'd like to continue focusing on in this second term?
Well, like I said, we've made tremendous progress in the last 4 years. We've moved the city so far ahead, and in the next 4 years, what I consider my unfinished business is bringing technology companies to the city of Torrance, mostly to fill the vacant Toyota campus.
Well, thank you, incumbent Goodrich, for taking the time to talk to us. As you can tell, the energy here in this restaurant is a buzz, and we're going to throw it back to you here in the studio, Jen.
What an exciting night here in Torrance. Watch parties happening all across the city. Now, for one outgoing council member, she decided not to run again. Instead, leave behind a legacy of commitment to the city she's dedicated herself to for many years. Heidi Ashcraft was first appointed to the city council in 2013 to fill a vacant position. She was then elected to city council in 2014. Ashcraft played a large role in the arts in the community. She's a founding member of the Torrance Human Relations Committee and Visions of Unity Art Competition and a former chairwoman of the Torrance South Bay YMCA Board of Managers. She's also a member of the Torrance Cultural Arts Advisory Board. She was elected to the Torrance Unified School District Board of Education and served 3 terms. Well, the election coverage continues. Here were 2 uncontested seats on the ballot, city clerk and city treasurer. City Clerk Rebecca Poirier will serve another 4-year term. During her time in this position, she implemented an electronic public records request system and was also awarded with a City Clerk Award of Distinction in Technology in 2017. And City Treasurer Dana Cortez also ran uncontested. She was hired in 2000. As a Torrance resident, she is involved with the Torrance Sister City Association and is a board member of the Torrance Rose Float Association. Officials from the Torrance City Clerk's office said that election results are scheduled to be certified by the Registrar Recorder on June 29th, with election results made official on July 3rd. Well, don't forget you can stay up to date on everything related to the Torrance elections. Go to torrancevotes.org. And for more information, you can also go to lavote.net. And be sure to tune into This Week in Torrance for more election coverage. Have a great night.